この子の父親は誰なんだ。ハルトの価値ってのは何だ。あの子の父親は一体誰なんだ。ハルカの息子を守ってやるのは今俺しかいねえ。みんなが待つところに。
At the heart of it, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is a story about family. What defines a family? Or a father? Is it blood? Is it love? And when push comes to shove, what are we willing to do for those we would call our family? Yakuza 6 sets out to explore those themes. After retiring from his Yakuza life as 4th chairman of the Tojo clan, all Kazuma Kiryu wants to do is live a life in peace with Haruka, the closest thing to a family he has. The two set out to open an orphanage on the Okinawan coast they call home, but Kiryu's past and his Yakuza ties have done nothing but come back to haunt him. These ghosts threaten to tear them and their new life apart.
Kiryu Kazuma をカムロ町での暴行傷害並びに器物破損の容疑で逮捕します。
At the onset of Yakuza 6, Kiryu reluctantly agrees to spend 3 years in prison to hopefully wash clean his past for good. But while those 3 years are relatively uneventful for him, on the outside and without him, the lives of those he's closest to begin to unravel. Haruka Sawamura was only a little girl when she met Kiryu in 2005, and the two have seen their fair shares of both joy and strife. In 2012, Haruka set out to become an idol, a treacherous path she had to take that would lead her to a final choice: distance herself from Kiryu permanently, or abandon her dream. In front of thousands of fans, Haruka chose Kiryu, but that choice was not without consequence. When Kiryu returns from his 3-year sentence, he discovers Haruka has gone missing. Faced with tabloid scrutiny and social media bullying, Haruka did the one thing that her mother told her not to do: run away. Kiryu sets out to his old stomping ground, Kamurocho, in order to find her, but he's too late. Haruka has been in an accident, but when Kiryu reaches the hospital, he gets another shock. In the accident, Haruka had sacrificed her own well-being to save the life of another, her son, Haruto. The only thing Kiryu has to go on is a picture of Haruka taken in the sleepy port town of Onomichi, Hiroshima. And he has more questions than answers. Who is Haruto's father? Why was Haruka so far away from home? And what did she do there? Kiryu heads out to Onomichi to discover the answers. But Hiroshima is a land of contrasts. Lively, yet abandoned. Bright, yet shadowy. And in these shadows, Kiryu will discover a Yakuza organization that would kill to protect its secrets. But Kiryu is not the type of man to be intimidated. Find out what happens when Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, launches on March 20th, 2018.
覚悟はええか。念仏でも唱えとけ。わしもの惚れた女の前で酷にされたままじゃ。おい。なんじゃい。
Hello! Hey out there, guys! We're here.
Microphone test. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yakuza Friday.
Yes, it is. I don't even want to I don't know. I still like.
We're loaded. Okay, guys, let's
front load.
Let's just front load it. Let's get the elephant out of the room. So, some of you may be aware, may have heard. Things have happened. Decisions have been made about the Yakuza Echo. Echo, you know what that's going to be. Last.
That fix it? We still like we? Yeah. Still like. Okay.
Okay. We're gonna go off mic for a second.
Yeah, there's only one mic.
Both these mics are off. Wait, is one of them off? One of them on.
Yeah.
Change from last time.
Right, with your and stuff.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll grab them.
We're still like live. Yeah, we're still live.
Right.
生きるか死ぬかの怪我だ。どういうことだ、はるか。カムロ町にいたのか。またこの町に帰ってきちまったか。
けどこの話にはまだ続きがある。
なんだと。
事故に遭った時車が突っ込んでくるのを見たはるかが自分のことはお構いなしに体を張って守ったものがある。
まさかそんな。
この子ははるかの子だ。
なら父親は。この子の父親は誰なんだ。ハルトの価値ってのは何だ。あの子の父親は一体誰なんだ。はるかの息子を守ってやるのは今俺しかいねえ。帰るんだ。みんなが待つところに。
At the heart of it, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is a story about family. What defines a family? Or a father? Is it blood? Is it love? And when push comes to shove, what are we willing to do for those we would call our family? Yakuza 6 sets out to explore those themes. After retiring from his Yakuza life as fourth chairman of the Tojo clan, all Kazuma Kiryu wants to do is live a life in peace with Haruka, the closest thing to a family he has. The two set out to open an orphanage on the Okinawan coast they call home, but Kiryu's past and his Yakuza ties have done nothing but come back to haunt him. These ghosts threaten to tear them and their new life apart.
桐生一馬をカムロ町での暴行傷害並びに器物破損の容疑で逮捕します。
At the onset of Yakuza 6, Kiryu reluctantly agrees to spend 3 years in prison to hopefully wash clean his past for good. But while those 3 years are relatively uneventful for him, on the outside and without him, the lives of those he's closest to begin to unravel. Haruka Sawamura was only a little girl when she met Kiryu in 2005, and the two have seen their fair shares of both joy and strife. In 2012, Haruka set out to become an idol, a treacherous path she had to take that would lead her to a final choice: distance herself from Kiryu permanently, or abandon her dream. In front of thousands of fans, Haruka chose Kiryu, but that choice was not without consequence. When Kiryu returns from his 3-year sentence, he discovers Haruka has gone missing. Faced with tabloid scrutiny and social media bullying, Haruka did the one thing that her mother told her not to do: run away. Kiryu sets out to his old stomping ground, Kamurocho, in order to find her, but he's too late. Haruka has been in an accident, but when Kiryu reaches the hospital, he gets another shock. In the accident, Haruka had sacrificed her own well-being to save the life of another, her son, Haruto. The only thing Kiryu has to go on is a picture of Haruka taken in the sleepy port town of Onomichi, Hiroshima. And he has more questions than answers. Who is Haruto's father? Why was Haruka so far away from home? And what did she do there? Kiryu heads out to Onomichi to discover the answers. But Hiroshima is a land of contrasts. Lively, yet abandoned. Bright, yet
Okay, we're gonna
shadowy.
check this mic. Is
In
this
these
working?
shadows,
And then I'm gonna turn this off.
Kiryu will discover a Yakuza organization that would kill to protect its secrets. But Kiryu is not the type of man to be intimidated. Find out what happens when Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, launches on March 20th, 2018.
覚悟はええか。念仏でも唱えとけ。わしもの。
Okay. So here's the next troubleshooting thing. All right, so that worked. When I switch over to the main game, let's see if it goes absolute bananas.
All right.
あまり時間がね
All right, here we go,
え。
guys.
とこ
All right,
Main game. Echo. How is it?
good. I don't know what we did, but we did a couple things. I don't know if we knew what we were doing.
It's echoing game.
So it's echoing game. All right, so that's the source. Okay, it's the game source.
All right.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go back off mic for a second. We're really sorry about this. We're trying to figure out what happened. We actually had to switch out some kids.
生きるか死ぬかの怪我だ。
どういうことだはるかカムロ町にいたのかまたこの町に帰ってきちまったか
けどこの話にはまだ続きがある。
なんだと
事故に遭った時、車が突っ込んでくるのを見たはるかが、自分のことはお構いなしに体を張って守ったものがある。
まさかそんな
この子ははるかの子だ。
なら父親はこの子の父親は誰なんだハルトの価値ってのは何だあの子の父親は一体誰なんだはるかの息子を守ってやるのは今俺しかいねえ帰るんだみんなが待つところに
At the heart of it, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is a story about family. What defines a family? Or a father? Is it blood? Is it love? And when push comes to shove, what are we willing to do for those we would call our family? Yakuza 6 sets out to explore those themes. After retiring from his Yakuza life as fourth chairman of the Tojo clan, all Kazuma Kiryu wants to do is live a life in peace with Haruka, the closest thing to a family he has. The two set out to open an orphanage on the Okinawan coast they call home, but Kiryu's past and his Yakuza ties have done nothing but come back to haunt him. These ghosts threaten to tear them and their new life apart.
桐生一馬をカムロ町での暴行傷害並びに器物破損の容疑で逮捕します。
At the onset of Yakuza 6, Kiryu reluctantly agrees to spend 3 years in prison to hopefully wash clean his past for good. But while those 3 years are relatively uneventful for him, on the outside,
Is there an echo now? Did we fix it? Maybe? How about now, guys?
Or maybe we're just not even coming in.
Maybe we're not. I think we're coming in, but I think we fixed it. Wait for the feedback from the crowd. EJ, can you give us a clear?
I don't think we're being heard. Oh, someone said we sound better.
Gotta keep talking. You guys hear us?
No echo.
No echo?
No echo. We're in game. No echo.
Are
Got
we loud enough now? Are
Yeah,
we still
that's the
okay?
thing. Yes.
We're okay. Okay,
Yes.
guys, what the problem was is someone had slipped in a secondary sound source into our rundown of like things going on here. I have no idea who would have done that.
Sabotage.
We were sabotaged. It's a day of sabotage, guys. Okay. Roll back.
Roll it out.
Roll it back. Okay. So now that we've got that disaster solved, let's talk about some of the news that popped up this morning.
Right.
So the big news this morning is that unfortunately the release of Yakuza 6 has been moved from March 20th to April 17th. And so we understand that that's like a shock to everyone. It's actually kind of a shock to us as well.
Well above our head.
Yeah, it's a like the game making the business of creation and publishing and releasing of games is it's complicated, multifaceted, and things happen, stuff gets moved around, and delays happen. That's just sort of the reality of the business. Delays. We all pick a date, we try to walk towards it, but we move. So it sucks.
I'm just letting Sam do most of the talking here because honestly, like I'm kind of distraught.
we were all distraught.
Like, I know it's only a month. At the end of the day, like yeah, it's a couple weeks. That it's just a lot to ask for you guys to wait this longer when you've already waited this long. That's kind of like my feeling on is this. We want to be. We keep talking about like we're trying to get this out, like closing the gap between Japanese release and English release, and here we're like, we have another month, and so, it's just like,
I want to believe that that you guys can understand where kind of where we're coming from, in that this is not just something we're doing, without like caring what's going on. Of course we care. We understand that this is. You guys are going to be disappointed. Like I said, we're disappointed, but it happened. The decision has been made, and the game is now coming out on February 19th.
17th.
Sorry.
No, April 17th.
What did I say?
February.
Who knows?
You moved it up.
Who knows when it's coming out? It's coming out April 17th. And we appreciate you guys, hanging with us. And I think it ultimately just means that we got to find more content for the stream,
right? We were like, yeah, we're wrapping up on that. We got it all content like marched out, and man,
we got to keep talking.
One thing I do want to say though is that you guys Sam and I were like with the PR tells us the announcement's going on 2 hours. The announcement is going out 2 hours before you guys go on stream, and we're like, you're sending this out to a freaking firing squad. Thank you.
But I also told them, I was like, you know what though, our fans are the best fans. And people, especially you guys who come out and hang with us on these streams, are some of the best type gamers in the industry. And so, yeah, man, if you're the crowd we have to walk out to.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome about this. You're all just like all this, even in chat. It's like
you guys are the ones who are gonna like understand where.
Super understanding. Super like we can wait another month. I think Sonic was just like we waited 3 years for 5, man. We'll wait another month for 6. Yeah. Fair enough.
So we love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys hanging with us and understand. But yeah, ultimately this is for the it's for the release where we really are trying to kind of position Yakuza 6 the best place we can, best way to take off, and so we're doing that. So. Lots of other things like the art show we've been talking about. That's
still on time. Still happening.
We're gonna have more stuff.
Come on down. We're gonna sell some games now. We're gonna give you some slip cases.
Yeah. we're gonna be. There's still stuff coming up. Out the plans we have running around that. And I believe we also announced the release of the
demo. The demo is happening, which is at least that's a positive.
Yeah.
You will get to play the game prior to launch, and that's. About the demo, this did get basically is what got released in Japan. It is what's called Yakuza 6: The Song of Life Prologue, and you get to basically play the first half of Chapter 1, which it's a lot of cutscenes as Yakuza 6, as Yakuza games kind of are. It rolls you through the beginning of the game, sets it up, and then kind of drops you off at the point in Kamurocho where you would be going to Little Asia. You can't get into Little Asia. There's like a giant red wall there, but you can run around and do a lot of stuff like in Kamurocho. You can level up, you can grind for money, and even though that caps out for a little while, after a little while you can still kind of like get into some of the mini games. I believe you can start some of the sub stories. Some of them you can even finish. You can't finish all the sub stories in the demo because guess what? When you do this, if you play the prologue, you get to carry your save data into the main game.
That's right. So it's not just like you're spending a whole bunch of time and you have to do it all over again. Yeah, you get to be like, oh, I'm ready. I'm set up. I'm ready to dive like straight into like the meat of Yakuza 6 because a lot of the warm up in the beginning of Yakuza 6 is all about like kind of bridging you from Yakuza 5 into Yakuza 6. Yep. And so it kind of drops you right when the real sort of what's going on in Yakuza 6 actually happens. So you'll be ready to go. You'll be able to kind of set it aside, give it some thought, let that kind of, you know.
The one thing I do want to flag about the demo is that when you go to download it, you're going to be like, why is this demo so big?
It's a big demo, guys.
It's a big demo.
It's
a big ass demo, and it happens to take up the same amount of space on your hard drive as the main game. So when you're downloading it, you're going to be like, oh my god, the download's so slow, but that's fine. Sorry. But
you guys got time to do it. You got time to pull it down now. So,
but yeah, and you're basically just reserving the space for the full game at that point. So once the full game comes out, you're free to delete the demo. That won't delete your save data, and replace that with the full game.
Yep. So, yeah, again, we apologize, and we appreciate your understanding. Yakuza 6, Song of Life, releasing April 17th. All right, enough of that. Let's do the fun. Let's do the stuff that people come in
to like hang out
and watch this game. So let's play. So what are we doing, man?
We're in Kiwami. We're gonna do this.
For some reason, every time I look at this Kiwami like start scene, every time I'm like, for some reason in my head, like it looks so tight that I'm like, is that the Yakuza 6 load screen? But then, it just like there's something about it that kind of makes you think like it's not Yakuza.
Mic audio a little low.
That's because you're so far away from the mic.
Oh,
so.
Maybe I should move up.
Yeah, move up. EJ, can you check my check the bass there and make sure we're stable?
Demo is not out yet. The demo will be coming out April. No, sorry. The dates in my head right now are so messed up. February 27th. I think Lauren put it out in the chat.
Yep.
If someone's in the YouTube chat, that might help.
All right.
February 27th.
I'm gonna let
for the demo.
EJ get that sorted. Maybe we can increase the gain on the mic.
Yeah, we'll mess with it. I think I should probably play the game instead of worrying about the audio.
Yep.
So here we are.
So what were we doing? We are. Okay. That's right. Like Shinji came in and put his like gun to some dude's head.
Yeah. And they basically discovered that they told Kiryu that Nishiki's the traitor, that third chairman Masaru Sera is dead, and they're having a funeral, which is preventing Kazuma from contacting Kiryu. And so Kiryu is about to make a business decision to invade the funeral. And it's going to work out really well.
Oh yeah, the funeral.
This is some hot mess stuff. Like this is still the beginning of the game, and people going, it's just the beginning of the game. It'll be fine. But this funeral scene, it doesn't screw around. Like you got to go in kind of prepared. In fact, I shouldn't do this yet.
Yeah, because you got to literally run through like
it's like gauntlet.
walls and walls and walls. I could see like in the original game, like people like basically being like trying to start this and just literally go.
Oh, okay. There's like a stealth scene in there, and the stealth was like all the rage.
And they made it more complicated. They even made it more complicated. Like now you got to find some.
Yeah, you got to do the funeral scene badge thing. I think that actually replaced something that was actually like way worse.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I forget how the original one played out now, but it was like this is much improved.
Okay,
all that stealth stuff.
Good. Yeah, that's why it's a remake.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no life right now. I think I probably should go buy some health items. I haven't changed.
So, for people who want to, so just kind of real quick, roll back to the Yakuza 6 demo. We actually were thinking about putting that on stream for you guys at some point, like
before it comes out, just so you guys can see what it is.
Yeah, just a little bit later in.
You have to play it, double your cutscenes, but
we'll probably play it after the demo actually comes out, but before the game releases. So,
yeah. Okay.
So you guys who maybe that file size is like too too massively. You're just like, I don't want to deal with it right now. That's okay. We'll walk you guys into it and let you guys kind of see what's in store.
だといいんだがな。
それで葬儀会場の件
Hey.
登場会の連中が大勢いますから
He's so sharp looking now. He's got this like awesome jacket.
Oh, so one thing that's kind of interesting to note is that I'm seeing that the text on this one is
できるだけの
pretty
準
big.
備
Like
はしておいた方がいいです
it seemed like is it just this
準
TV or
備
is
は
it
できましたか
because it feels like you guys like oh I remember you guys having a discussion about making the text like larger on screen.
We did. We actually when we first saw the like I think we're like the alpha of Kiwami, we're like that text is a little small. We
Was that something we did for
blew it up.
Yakuza 0?
Yes.
Okay.
In the same way that Yakuza 0 was. I should prepare more.
Yeah, the Japanese text is kind of like if you just take that same setting and you just throw English into it, like the text is like really tiny. And we know that like especially in English text these days, like there's a lot of like complaining about how people are not I would say complain, but people are like concerned about how small text is on screen these days.
Yeah, it's valid.
It's a very valid thing. But being that this game is like not like a single shared sort of link binary when it comes to localization, we can actually make very specific changes to just English. But if you have a game that's like globally releasing at the same time, essentially every language has to share all the same sort of text subsystem, so all the characters all kind of have to fit in the same space, and that creates sort of.
It's interesting too because the cutscenes use like a different style of text display on the back end than all the text boxes too. So like working on one, you have to kind of also consider the other, but you have to in that you have to ask specifically like, well, that we grew the text in the text boxes, but don't forget to do it in the cutscenes kind of thing too. So it's different. They're different styles of delivery.
So speaking of text, you know what's really interesting that in the Japanese version of Yakuza, they actually have you can choose from two different font sets. It's like it's kind of like the Japanese equivalent of like a serif and sans serif version.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually switch in between serif and sans serif fonts, but we don't. We just say sans serif because it's easier to read.
Yeah. Quite frankly. Yeah. If Greedful, I have to get some light. Don't go into the funeral like half dead.
So someone, lots of people are still asking about that demo. So, are there trophies in the demo? There are, because it's...
No. I think we disabled the trophies.
So, there's no unlock the trophy. You won't miss any trophies.
No, you won't miss any trophies, no.
There's some weird...
It's a weird-ass, like, back end for that demo.
Yeah, that demo had a lot of discussion about how
Yeah.
Stuff we can't really go into, but man, guys, video games?
Yeah.
Video games are complicated.
Right?
Putting video games out, I know it's really, people are, the consumer experience is pretty really cool. You just like load up your PSN and push the button, wait like an hour, and then boom, you got this game. But man, the stuff that goes on behind the curtains, it is something else.
Yeah.
We just finished a chapter here? What's going on?
Yes. The funeral of fists is about to begin.
Someone wants to know what our favorite outfits. Who rolls our favorite outfit in the series?
Outfits.
Favorite suits.
Oh man.
I don't know if I have an answer to that.
I don't know. Give me a second.
Oh, so this is a new scene right here.
Yeah.
With a new.
Kashiwagi-san.
Kashimaki, man, how did he get that scar? So this is we're assuming this is taking place like sometime after Kiryu's gone to jail.
We had it was 1996.
So next year.
Kiryu's Zero outfit is pretty odd.
Nishiki's is pretty cute.
I love Kiryu in producer form though.
Oda's
Oda's
duds are pretty good. Oda's duds.
But I don't know.
礼なら風間の親父に言え。これはもともと親父が言い出したことなんだからな。親さんが。親父も。
Majima's sharp in his
お前
tongue
には
skin.
期待してるってことだ。それに桐生のこともある。え、桐生がどうかしたんですか。
So this is the point here is that
あんなことになっちまったとはいえ。
the point here is that
いつか桐生
what
が
like
シャバに出てくる日が来る。
Nishikiyama is being given
his own family.
his own family,
He's becoming a
but
patriarch. Getting a major promotion.
there's like a reason behind that that's like not.
It's a little kind of off the books, right? And it's like essentially like you're going to be Kiryu. When Kiryu comes out, he can't rejoin in a way that would make him part of the same family because he's obviously killed Dojima.
Yeah, and he's in that. You were talking about last week. He's in this like gray area between it being completely out but not being out. So he's got to be put into like a very specific place.
Yeah, basically under Nishikiyama. Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Not really understanding what that's doing for him.
Hi.
So it's kind of like, he's been kind of in Kiryu's shadow to a certain extent, and now it's like his chance to kind of, repay, not repay, but kind of look after Kiryu instead of him.
Right, the other way around, yeah.
Funeral of Fists. Here we go.
It was nice getting to redo all these chapter titles from the originals. I think that I don't think I changed all of them, but some of them just needed a little bit of that extra pizzazz. This scene actually turned out a lot like the original dub too. It's more or less what they say in the dub.
This is one of the scenes we like watching this scene with the dub played over it.
Yeah, have you guys seen that stuff? That's hilarious.
You should really watch it. If you guys have not seen the Kiwami version of the scene with the original dub over it.
Oh man.
It's like that. It's like eating like a deep fried butter. It's like it's so good, but it's so awful at the same time.
Oh no.
It works better in the original PS2 version because the graphics are a little like
when you try to sync that audio though up.
When you sync that audio on top of this,
oh
it's
my god.
It's something else. It's really something else.
Super incognito Kiryu puts on his shades and a black suit. No one's gonna know what's him.
He's got the glasses on.
He's got the glasses, right?
Taking one from the superhero book, right?
What do you mean? I took off the gray suit.
I wonder, does Kiryu actually even need to have a blueprint?
I know, you've been there. Well, right. Bold plan, Shinji.
Just walk right through the front
Walk
door.
right through the front door. And I'll be there.
Take a right and just go to the back.
No problems whatsoever. Oh, the YouTube stream's laggy?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Got things to fix, man.
We can fix that. Just to check it out. That's why I have multiple streams. That's why we do multiple channels.
Yeah.
Some certain channels.
So you didn't have these cones before. You kind of just had to pretty sure you didn't have the cones. You kind of just had to walk and be like, pray. What up? You gonna kick me out? I had to do it.
You need to be more careful.
You need to be more careful. Don't just literally go talk to the people you're trying to sneak around. Come on, here, let's go. Do this. Oh, nice.
I wonder if
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that Kiryu would still be able to kind of show up with this, right? I mean,
yeah, technically.
The reason he couldn't be here, he's out.
Oh god.
I mean, this is, like these funerals. It's kind of like everyone's like it's a truce. Like all we're all here to pay respects for someone specific. So.
Oh, that was tight.
Dodge the purple cone there, man. Dodge the purple cone.
Why isn't Kiryu in Tekken 7?
Go ask Harada about that.
Yeah, man. It's not our game.
Not our game. You can tweet at him. Tweet at the man.
Roll right out the back. It's absolutely going to work. Oh. Damn.
So you're saying that there was something you used to do here?
Yes. I think it was more. I forget now. I should have looked that up.
Guys, what do you in the original PS2 version? What do you got to do to get back there? Like, what's the difference between the original PS2 version and this version. We seem to we've forgotten. So please chime in. Let us know.
The only choice is Toshi Shimano.
Huh. Shimano.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I would want Shimano to boss. That sounds scary. That man just chopped some dude's fingers off
I know.
with his shaving razor.
Chairman Shimano. Scary. Yeah, they did go all out with security, sir. What up? Do I need to check in yet?
I actually failed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I chose the wrong thing.
If you choose the wrong thing, they boot you here.
名前を書くのか
I think I actually wrote.
Yes!
Actually wrote. I wrote
Kazuma Kiryu.
Kazuma Kiryu. What up? What is he? What do you think he writes? I think he writes Suzuki.
Probably.
He writes.
これでいいのか
Do we know when he becomes Suzuki? Does he have a first name? Taichi? Okay. After one of his orphans, you think?
Maybe because one of his orphans is Taichi. Shit. What's the answer here?
I think it's former Dojima family.
Yeah, so I think he knows that.
堂島
Yeah.
組にい
It's
た
like, you're not in the Cosmo family. I'm in the Cosmo family.
堂島の親父も10年前に桐生ってい
Man,
う男に
F
殺
that
されちまいましたから、
Right?
で、今度は世良会長も死んでしまうなんて。私は誰かが裏で糸引いてるんじゃないかって思ってるんですけどね。
Thanks, Joseph Craft. We appreciate you hanging out. Maybe we will throw some more games in here at some
会
point.
場内でお
I
待ち
think
ください。
that's kind of in the midterm plan. But right now we're focused on Yakuza because there's a lot to talk about Yakuza.
There is. And yeah, but
Like I've been telling people, like there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been talked about, a lot of stuff that hasn't been announced yet. But 2018 is gonna be a great year for Sega. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff, a lot of new games and whatnot coming out later in the year. So yeah, we hope.
yeah, the year is young, guys.
Yeah, we literally, what is it? It's the 2nd, right?
Of February.
2nd of February.
2-2.
2-2. It's I think it's 2-2. People can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in Japan that's Setsumon. That's where the kids get these beans, and then someone with a oni mask comes running into the room and help the oni with beans.
Sure beats Groundhog Day.
Interesting.
いや
That's for sure.
葬儀のバイトでここに来てるんですが喪章をどっかに落としてし
So
まっ
is
て
it Groundhog Day? It's Groundhog Day.
It is.
がないと裏口
For those who didn't tune in,
What was it?
you saw a shadow. 6 more weeks of winter.
確か
Well, the winter in Southern California has not been very wintry this
No,
year. So,
it's really not.
so this is how.
That groundhog, I don't trust a thing he says.
Let's see. Maybe we're just sliding the winter out into this late spring.
You'd have to have a death wish to cause trouble in here. You're right, sir. Did this right? What? I did this right.
Did you get the thing? You got the.
No, I just witnessed. Oh yeah. Okay, this guy
This guy's like
This guy just kicked him out. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
He's supposed to go. This guy's like panicking because he's
Right.
like forgotten.
Yeah, he forgot his morning badge. Where'd the guy? That's the guy. Oh yeah, he's
there.
missing. Okay, right. He's left it outside. I gotta go find him. My bad. What up, morning badge? Oh.
How many of us have completed Kiwami on the highest difficulty? Legend, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've.
I don't generally have time to play these on the highest difficulty.
Yeah, I mean that's like you can only do that on your second playthrough, right?
Yeah.
見つけてくれたんですね
We have people in the QA group who are just like
Are tasked with doing that to make
it's
sure it
like
can be done.
they literally get paid to do that.
Yeah. And Kiwami has this sequence at the car chase that's like
Oh, the car chase, yeah, that's
brutal
that's
on
infamous.
Legends.
That's
Yeah.
infamous. That's the thing that people are like.
That's where the
They
trophy
qu-
hunt dies.
It separates the men from the boys. Yeah.
No, he's fired.
そういう問題じゃないんだよ。しかも似たようなミスを。
Watching this mortician get fired at a Tojo Clan funeral just seems so like, wow.
You can kind of tell this, and this is all new content, right?
Yeah,
because you can tell because it's VO'd.
Right,
so
right.
It's like they kind of added it in.
おい、
You go after him.
Yeah, I
He's
gotta
all
go after him. He's like, screw it.
He's like, you can take my badge.
Yeah, he threw it out already.
He's smoking a cig.
It's just at the Tojo Clan feeling, I'm right, Pete. Smoking my cigarette. Just like, see my left there. It's like, boom, I'm
Yeah,
out.
get out. Some bad happens.
上司と揉めていたようだが
見てたんですか。実は模証をなく言及とか処分されそうだったんで。
そうか
もともとこの仕事私に向いてま
I
せん
wasn't
でしたし。
suited for being a funeral
マ
taker.
ネージャー向かせっかく探してもらった模証ですけど。じゃあ私はこれで帰ります。
Smart man.
He's just like, slow walk. Slow walk. I'm out.
Is this it? Yeah, the trash can.
Ew.
They got you
Pocket tissues.
in the trash
In the
can.
trash can?
Yikes.
Do not want. I'm glad it's on top.
Probably a little localization touch there.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Voting ban, get.
But is it, I mean, outside the whole that whole
葬儀関係者が
the lameness, it's a pretty good week. I was up in New York.
Yeah, we just got back from both of us doing like media tours for Y6.
Yeah, we were out talking to kind of some of the bloggers and the big review sites, because we go out and we talk to them. We want to make sure, like, hey man, you guys have any questions about the game stuff? So we fly out and we like talk to people. You guys want to see me on Taku a couple days ago, talking about the game on stream. That was fun.
Yeah.
Big shout out to those guys over there. Heather, it was a good time.
Yeah, I watched it actually.
Yeah, it was really good.
Want to see Kiryu Nakayama kick some ass? Watch that.
That's right, it's good.
なぜ近江連合が俺を
That's a good. That was a good picture. Man.
Good shot, guys. Yeah.
someone- whoever stole that photo.
Omi Alliance cameraman needs a raise.
組長さんから写真の男を捕まえろってな。
錦か
This guy, in case you forgot who Nishiki was.
Whoa.
Oh, here you go. Oh, the chains are gone. Ah.
なんや、堂島の竜言うてもこの程度かい。
Right, come on. This guy's actually pretty rough, dude. Omi Alliance, man.
Someone's asking if we'd ever put the comic.
The physical thing, like, we kind of get that a lot, actually. And I'd love to do that. Just gotta find like the right way to do
Right way
that.
to do it. You guys, if you want to see that, like we did at Sega.
Sega Yakuza game.
Yeah, Sega Yakuza.
Let people know.
Yeah, people know. Like, put it out there. The cool thing, here's the thing about you guys gotta understand about social and why social is really important, but it's also important for you guys to be constructive and just sort of like put that out there. Is that companies like us, we can kind of go through and like count, like and like kind of measure that. As long as the requests are like properly formed, not just like random sounding, like like a request that says like, "Hey Sega, I really love the comics. It would be awesome to get them in a physical form," and that gets tweeted at something. It's like, okay, cool, we can kind of pick that up. It's the comments are like, "Sega, you dumbasses, you better do this thing because if you don't, you're stupid." That kind of stuff. We kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is a thing that's actually like a guy who's really asking for something, if he's just trying to get a rise out of us or whatever. So, babe, you guys tweet at social channels, let us know things like that. In the streams, keep telling us. We'll definitely take it under consideration. Yeah, I did actually talk to some guys about that at some point. Licensing guys, that was something that was brought up. We just don't know if anyone went through the trouble of like.
You should hear some of the ideas that we could throw out around here. It's like, it's awesome. It's just, things can't just come to fruition because someone has an idea.
Yeah, it's just because it's like, oh, we'll just make that and put it out there and sell a dozen copies. And,
right. Turns out things have to make money.
Things have to make money. And it's complicated. And like putting those comics into a binder, someone's got to design the cover.
Right.
Someone's got it's got to all get approved. We got to pick.
And
the
you
right
gotta
paper.
take care of the
There's all
artists.
this stuff. You got to take care of the artists because they're the ones who draft it for you. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. But we actually I did talk to some people about putting that in. So.
We just dropped issue 8.
Issue 8's out?
Yeah. Which is
Issue 8,
Yakuza 4.
What are you talking about? What's the topic?
It is. We actually did this really cool thing with this one where we start with Haruka's perspective and then shift into Q's perspective.
Okay.
And we did that on the cover. I had this like grand vision. I was like, I want them under like the same sky but in different places with like a line down the middle that's clearly the dividing factor. And they're like, and the cover is amazing.
Yeah. So that's us. Usually when we're on the localization side, it's our job to kind of take the content that Japan is creating. And making sure that's being delivered to you guys in not only in the way it was originally intended, but in a way that's palatable to our audience. That's the challenge, the fine line of the localization kind of thing. But these comics is it's one of those rare opportunities for us on the localization side to actually create content for this IP that we all love. So, we're really excited about this comics. I know sometimes we get really into talking about them, and I think on the user inside, we hope you guys appreciate those as well, because we do put a lot of thought and work into them and make sure. So please go to the experience site. It's over there on the side of the screen, yakuza.sega.com/experience. There's timelines about how the things play out for all you kind of hardcore users who've been playing the series over the past 10 years, and maybe you don't have it's not fresh in your mind about what happens when. You can go check out the timelines. You can click on certain characters. When we make references to characters, you can go click on them and kind of tune your experience based on which games you've played in the past. So you can kind of put information about that. And of course, like we've just been talking about, there are this series of 10 comics. We're only at issue 8 yet, but we've created these comics that we've been releasing over the past half year or so. And the point of the comics is ultimately to just like we've been saying, we know there's a lot of new fans coming into Yakuza 0. They rolled from Yakuza 0 into Kiwami, and now they're having to jump from Kiwami all the way to 6. And we understand, we appreciate that that jump is a big jump. We don't want people to think that they have to play all the other games to get into 6. You don't. You just don't.
You'll check that out with yourself when the demo comes out. You're going to feel like, I'm already invested.
You're already invested. You're going to know. When you check out the demo, and you'll know.
You all know, because you guys have played these games. We're talking to the core fans. What you got to do, guys, is tell your friends who are like, I've always wanted to try Yakuza, but I never really got into it. The demo's free.
Yeah.
Just be like, if you've been thinking about it, just download the demo. It's free.
It just requires a little bit of time because it's big, and that's it.
Yeah.
So the comics, the whole point of the comics is that you can go from sort of Yakuza 1, Yakuza 0, and Yakuza 1. You read the comics, you get very emotional touch points about where the characters are at and how the story has evolved from an emotional point of view, not necessarily like a nitty gritty this happened in this game, but sort of how the characters have changed over time. The core characters have changed over time, and so if you read those, as you go into Yakuza 6, you'll understand exactly, who and the why of where the characters are going, where they're at when they're going into the story. So definitely check them out, especially if you're a fan. They're free. They're on the web. You can literally open them up on your phone right now. If Lauren hasn't done it, she's going to post the link in the stream. Lauren, EJ, somebody's going to put it in there for you guys. You just click on it, and you're off, man. They're excellent. The comics are animated and sound and everything. It's so.
I want to touch on real quick the dates that are in this, because if you at a glance, these dates look incorrect. Like the Cosmo family's obviously been around longer than 96, but these dates aren't actually the year that they were that the family was founded. They're the year that they were established as a direct port to the Tojo clan.
Oh, when they were attached to the Tojo clan.
Right. So Kazuma family used to be under the Tojo family until this whole thing happened, and that's why this says 96.
Because this is the Tojo clan era headquarters. Right. They don't care about Kojima.
Right. Yeah, we even put this in here, but he only became a direct patriarch after Dojima died. Basically, how that worked out.
Yeah, that worked out. Look at all these guys.
Look at all these gentlemen. Fine mugshots.
Sarah. That's a handsome dude.
Yeah.
So he became a chairman in 93, which is like 5 years after Yakuza 0.
Right.
Because the whole thing in Yakuza 0 is to kind of plays out him. Spoiler alert! It's like him making a power play to kind of get himself positioned to become the chairman. So it took a couple years for that to roll out. So he's been rolling this for 5 years now at this point. So for his family, this is when he became that 2000 was when he became a subsidiary of the Tojo clan.
Right. Before he was just like an individual kind of family. It doesn't really explain like where his family like existed on the thing, but he grew in power real quick, and now he's a direct.
So he got his family in '96, and then within the next 4 years,
4 years he was already direct matriarch. Right.
Let's just talk about comics. Crazy, man. Roll back. Go to the website. Read the comics. That's what it is. Check it out. This guy, man. This is Doja, man. He's just an ill-looking dude.
He's a man of extreme looks.
He looks like some kind of Yakuza from the 70s. Man.
Yeah.
And his whole upbringing is like it's like him and his right-hand men are like Kazuma and Shimano, right?
Right. So Shimano's former Dojima family, and then splits off from Dojima and goes to his own.
And that happens sometime before Yakuza 0.
Oh yeah, before 0. Correct.
Right. So this is the first time he's meeting Kazuma in like 10 years, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The last time he probably met him in person was basically when he ran out to save Yumi, right?
Yeah.
That's
the last time they see each other.
いえあいつは10年前の事件からすっかり変わっちまったんだ妹にお前
This next line finesse quite a bit. Like his idea of Ishiki racing the demons. I think we had like he became a demon when it was really more of like him twisting in a way, right? Not so much about him like literally. You can hear the word Oni. He's like becomes a demon kind of thing. And if you took a really like literal translation,
I do recall. It's one of I think it was one of those lines where we're like, it's one of those sessions where I'm reviewing the English in the sort of final stage, something I do sometimes, and I remember stopping it and going,
yeah.
In the Japanese thing. It's like the hair. It's close, but I think.
Kill this murderous fucking. Here we go. It's on.
So, Jade on fire. That's under. We were literally having this conversation this morning about it does happen. Things that we sometimes kind of like try to take into consideration how things are going to be received. I think I actually was talking a lot about this with my PR manager. But, there are a lot of things that we have to kind of like. Our core policy is to not like. You don't want to cut anything.
You don't want to water anything down.
You don't want to water things down. But we are cognizant that different things are received different ways based on
your lens.
Your lens, right? Exactly. And the reality is, the Japanese lens is different than the North American lens.
And so, if we don't properly communicate with it, hey, this is how a Japanese lens looks at something, it just might sound like, for instance, racist. Be like,
racist or whatever.
We were very cognizant of that with the Silent Triad. Chapter 6. There's a lot of like people being like, "Oh, damn Chinese." It's like they're specific. Usually, trying to specifically mean they're not talking about damn Chinese people. About a specific group of Chinese people that have wronged that.
Who've invaded Kamurocho and are like trying to roll their weight around. Yeah. It is tricky. There is some stuff in there where we're just like we get a direct translation. Yeah, we're gonna have to scrap that. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Um, so but that's our job. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's part of localization. I actually, is there anyone out in the audience or Yakuza fans who've been playing the series today? I'd like to know what you guys think. What are some stuff in the series, going back all the way to the beginning, that stuff that you thought was handled well, stuff that you thought was not handled well? We'd love to hear about that.
You only came in at 0. Whatever. Even if it wasn't handled well at 0 beyond, tell us.
Just tell us. We'd love to hear about it. We like that feedback. You know,
Throwing daggers, throwing
because even like even when we are trying to be cognizant of like different walks of life perspectives. Honestly, like the localization team is we're only most localization teams are like 5 to 8 people or so, and our yeah, it's these sometimes less. Our perspective is often limited to our own experiences, and we're not necessarily omniscient to every plight in the world, and and that's not insensitivity. It's just like by having a constructive about you were paying attention. I tend to think our team members are actually quite what am I looking for? Aware.
Yeah.
What's working or not. But yeah, if you guys have any things you guys think are like cool or bad or whatever, over the course of the series, things you thought were tricky situations that were handled well, or vice versa, yeah, let us know in chat. We'd love to hear about that. We'll have Lauren come up to discuss.
Excuse me, guys are messing up headquarters. What's prioritize there, guys? Pro tip. Oh, see what I mean? Generally, Kiwami, I find that it balances itself a little bit more like the original Yakuza, where if you were like, if this was 0, you would be literally spamming the actions. You kind of have to be a little bit more cognizant of like your team. That's very true of the way that the original did it too. It's interesting too that the sword. That's Zero, and before he learns he still uses the sword key action like it's like a baseball bat. He has no concept of like how to properly use a katana, so you get that lesson training from Maki. And then from basically that point on, Kuryu's key action with the katana is like proper.
Is that how was it in the original? We just have the baseball bat style, or did you have I want to say he just swatted.
Yeah, he just swatted usually. I don't think there might not be any key actions.
I want to say, yeah. He uses all the same actions. But that's cool that they have that. That it's like just swatting.
Yeah, he has no concept of how to use this. So. No, I wanted to. There we go. Alright. Only way Kiryu just had to open doors.
It's just his key. It's like when he went to go into his apartment, he just grabbed some random thug off the street. He's like, I need to get into my house.
There's. Nope. Going in.
Like, that was yeah, it was just like went over your shoulder a little bit. This is a slog. These guys just keep, I guess it's like you're like literally fighting the entire.
Yeah,
you're by yourself.
Like Kiryu does. This is what makes him a legend, guys. This is how it all starts.
So we don't actually know why he's the dragon.
You get this like sense of it in the final battle of
Right.
but outside of that, like,
Well, he just sort of implies that like there's some connection. Like that happened, and then maybe some other stuff happened, and then by 1995, yes,
yeah. There's like a little bit of a gap there. Actually, by '93, because Lao Kalong is already called him that.
Oh, and there's a flashback in this game because of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Lao Kalong. Lao Kalong. He's back in Yakuza 3.
Yeah.
He's back in Yakuza 3, and you're just like, this guy. He's kind of hard, Yakuza. He's like a
hard boss wherever he appears. You don't mess around with Lao Kalong.
Breaks out with that damn spear thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a really great video of someone who took on in Lao Kalong and this one with, I think, in Legend without taking damage.
That's crazy. Yeah. He's like cheesing the guy around.
Yeah, he figured it out.
That's a different kind. That's a different kind of play.
Different kind of play. Yeah, it's awesome. Switch it up. Dragon style is basically worthless, so you like level it via Majima. You talking to Sam?
I'm talking to internal team people.
Oh. Sam's just having a chat on the stream. The one time he just gets to actually kick down. Oh, I think we're about to hit the new fight with Majima, because everyone was always like, well, where was Majima during the funeral? Why wasn't he there? And I think they literally took that into consideration. It was like, well, he was, because in the original game, there's no Majima fight there.
Thanks, Lauren.
That was alright.
Oh, see how that works?
Nice.
I was telling Scott when I it was cold in New York City. It was like 20. Ridiculous. So I was telling Scott, I think the cold air, like we're down here in sunny Southern California, so I think the cold, dry air would be kind of like through my lungs. It's like a slight panic, kind of thing going on. And I was like, I'm sorry, Scott, you're gonna be stuck in a small little booth with me.
And yeah, it gets hot in here too because all this stupid equipment.
Water. Nice. Out of my Miku cup.
He loves this Miku cup so much. The handle's freaking broken, and he's still like, I can't stop using my.
I can't stop using my Miku cup, man. It's got look at it. It's got all the Vocaloids on it. They're all like pixeled out. It's awesome.
Okay. Majima.
I got this at the J-pop festival in San Francisco back in like 2013 or 2014. We would show up with that Project Eva. It's good fun.
Sam's the OG Miku localizing man. If you didn't know that.
Miku, yeah. Miku Expos this year. Anyone in the chat? I don't have a lot of Miku fans out there, but anyone's going to Miku Expo 2018, all out there. So,
talk to Sam all about it.
Using Miku. Use them up, man.
shit. This dude's gonna heal. I'm not about to let him do that.
Oh no, not quite. That was kind of cool.
When the brass says jump, I say how high. Theme of today.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Shimano fight. This fight is a knockdown, drag-out fight. A lot of
Shimano?
the Shimano fight. Oh, we're not even there yet. And a lot of people, I get a lot of like, "Oh, why is this fight so hard?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's hard. This is what it is. This is the original game, guys. They didn't pull any punches in that, and they carried that over. We heard your feedback about the Shimano fight, and we told them that was a little rough. We can tell them this. Yep. There's a language.
System for that.
Oh man, ouch. So sick too, that's good. Oh man! Oh, that the first time you've ever seen his tattoo if you only played Zero. That's
He never shows his.
no, in Zero, he's completely suited up and I'm seen. So this fight for Shimano is actually pretty rough. Like, I mean, the idea of it. So it makes sense that he's like badass. But you may, in fact, recognize his moveset. You get a lot of Mr. Shakedown fighting.
But his moveset, it's not just his moveset.
Yes.
Marvel Super.
Oh! Someone's following me on Twitter. It was amazing. I kind of, you know, you heard the news like Toys R Us. My wife and I were like, so we went down to Toys R Us on the way over the weekend. Took some pictures. Relived my childhood. It's not the same because they have the actual video games like on the shelf now instead of like
Yeah, the paper slips. I was gonna bring it up. Yeah. And you used to take the paper slips back to this like cage in the back.
Yeah.
Hands in and they. My experience with Toys R Us when I was a kid. So I come from like rural South Florida, and so we didn't really have. Basically, there wasn't Toys R Us, but you had to buy like Toys R Us, right? It was like making some kind of product. To like connect that. It would only happen like maybe once or twice a year. And we'd only go once I had saved up enough allowance. So I'd only get like this. I get one of them for Christmas, and then maybe buy two over the course of the year. I would basically save up enough allowance for like 6 months to buy them. I remember going out there, having my little my $60 to $70 in the hand, ready to do it, and just standing in front of this wall of slips, and just utterly like.
Which one? This decision is crucial because this is what I'm going to play for the next six months,
right? Yeah.
Sam and I had very similar childhood. It seems. I love that a JoJo reference thing. Except in this game, it's that a JoJo reference.
So, in case you guys don't know, when they go into that healing room, right? Color their like
they're playing.
clothing.
You switch to
That's
that
the one you
style.
have to switch to.
Yeah.
I would do this entire game never once.
Sam's colorblind.
Well, yeah, because I just don't. Because I'm colorblind, I just typically I'm not looking for color to be like a signal for things. So like I just wouldn't I wouldn't match that color of moveset because I'm just not aware that moveset has a specific color associated with strong moveset.
Oh, Shimano. You really have to know on this game also, like, when to... Oh my god. The mic just fell on our faces. Classic streaming. As I was saying, before a mic really almost hit us in the head, you have to know when to upgrade your power, too, in this game. If you don't prioritize that, you end up, like, really kind of underpowered. The game's just not going to treat you right if you're underpowered. So those are definitely priority upgrades if you guys are thinking about it. It's pretty, like,
Very reasonable.
it's very reasonably priced at this point, so if you like what you see, go do it.
Like we were saying, like you can play 0 and then roll into this as like bonus DLC, or you can pick this one as like kind of dipping your feet in the water and see what you think, and then
Roll back to 0 for like awesome prequel breakers.
I mean, the games are great and they work either way. It's just like whether you want to play the game,
What, Shimano?
play the origin story, or do you want to play the origin story and play the game? They both kind of work.
This camera angle.
This camera angle.
Kept it right from the original. Like in the original, like he's almost got this like full head on, like. They're very respectful of the original version of this game. It's amazing.
All right, that's another. We just killed a chapter. Okay, it's 12:10. Let's
Yeah, we were going to show you guys
Let's do
how
something
the
else.
clan creator works.
Okay, so yeah, we released a new trailer this week.
Yep. We didn't queue it up.
We didn't queue it, but Lauren's gonna pop it in the chat for everyone, so you guys, if you haven't had a chance to see it, don't lose our stream in the process of it. But you can we'll watch this first.
All right, yeah. Let's
But yeah, we released the.
you know what? Let's
save that. You want to save it for later?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to Well, we're gonna switch while Scott's doing that. Let's just let's talk about this action while he's switching gears. So yeah. So if you guys haven't got it yet, we know we delayed it. But that just gives you more chance to
April 17th.
save up some money and pop down a pre-order for Yakuza 6: The Song of Life. You can currently get the launch edition, which we call the Essence of Art edition, which comes with the game and this super sweet art book that has that's chock full of like fan art and other stuff, or fan art and like from that our community has created for us. It's got how many pages is this thing? 24
in the limited edition.
Yes. Right? So definitely check it out. And yeah, we're excited about it. And we're going to be, if you guys have been following us on social and whatnot, we've been posting out some of these, some of this artwork so you guys can kind of see what you're getting. And all this artwork and more is going to be at the art show that's on March 17th.
So they're all the 17th. Game 17th, art show 17th. We're going to have a lot more details I think we can have finalized by next week's stream for that art show. So definitely tune in next week for some pretty awesome deals about that. There you go. So, Yakuza 6 Clan Creator. This is like the new kind of like
the management thing.
Kind of big ass mini
There's
game.
actually two kind of management things. There's the baseball management thing and this one.
What's great about it is that this and all the mini games all kind of like feed into each other for Yakuza 6. Like, so if you're doing one, they'll be like, a baseball player will be like, I'm going to join your clan. Or like,
I want to feed dudes with
a dude in your that you're talking to at the bar will be like, oh, you run a baseball team? I'm in. So that kind of thing. Like, and spearfishing, like all this stuff like really kind of like feeds into each other. So my advice to you, when you pick up 6 is don't just focus on like one mini game and just kind of blitz it. Kind of play the field a little bit. Just feel out like all the mini games until you hit a stopping point, kind of like, and then do something else, and you'll actually end up with better ways to advance that mini game by playing the other mini games.
Right.
So there's
so before we kind of jump in, so the clan creator is actually part of like the critical path, right?
Yeah, you will be introduced to the clan creator like alongside the main story.
What's going What's why is there a clan creator? What's
Okay.
going on there?
Okay, so
With
turns out,
this spoiler light as possible.
right. Turns out that in Kamurocho there is a new kind of remember how all those like 3 color gangs were running the scene in Kiwami?
Yeah,
like
right.
The Bloody Eye and the White Edge and whatever the blue guys were.
Blue guys were,
they were crappy.
and then we beat them up.
Yeah, right. So all of that has been like squashed by this Uber gang called Justice, which happens to be run by a gang of evil Japanese wrestlers.
Hey guys, gang of evil
No,
Japanese.
they're not actually like wrestlers in the game, but like they're pretty much like wrestlers playing evil gang members. So that's a thing. That is the thing.
It's just another reason to get the gang.
Yeah.
Evil Japanese wrestlers.
So they are basically kind of marching on Kamurocho. They have like a stranglehold on this. But this guy here, what's this guy's name? Is this Joe? I think this is Joe. Joe here is like, oh man, we can't let this fly. We need
because then he used to be part of the game.
He was like a member of the Bloody Eye. That, like, got absorbed into Justice when it was like when Justice was like trying to actually bring justice to town, but now Justice has been corrupt.
So he's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I have to fight the man,
right,
to bring him down.
Right.
Okay,
exactly.
so he started this sort of new group. He started this new group, and he's asked Kiryu to
like head it, because of course, like what can anyone do without Kiryu at the helm of something, right? So this is really cool though, because when you talk to this guy, this guy, by the way, this is your bro who's gonna, if you guys been seeing all those clan codes that we've been dropping, they're hidden in comic chapters, they're hidden in our social media, they're hidden in a lot of places because we have like a lot of them to get through.
Yeah.
This is where you put them in. So yeah, if you have a clan code, you speak to Masao, enter it, and you would put it here. I don't have a clan code to put in. Do I have a clan code to put in, Lauren? If you want to bring me a clan code, Lauren, I will put it in, and we can give out a clan code. Lauren.
Help us out.
Yeah.
EJ.
Think about it, guys.
You sure how that works?
Yeah.
And who's this girl over here looking at you?
She is the sister of one of these dudes. I forget which dude is the sister. There's a whole plot line involving her. I'm not going to spoil it. But I am going to spoil the fact that right now I'm in a premium adventure save. I've got like full on like mega health Kiryu. So there's a lot kind of going on in this save file that is already kind of pre-established, including some of these clan creator guys that will join you. So if you're like super like I don't want to know anyone who joins a clan. Unfortunately, we're going to show you some.
So this is like a major spoiler blackout. So if you want to, you may want to.
It's not that big a deal, but
maybe blank video or something like that.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, there's a lot going on with that. Yes, and by the way, I do want to also mention that the clan creators like stuff is balanced, but if you do kind of take all these clan leaders that we're giving out the codes for, and you literally populate your team with like all these guys, you are going to steamroll the clan creator main storyline. There will still be challenges that you can kind of do, but just so you know.
But because there's also this online component that your clans are kind of pitted against other clans, so you can min max it. But the critical pass section of this is like assuming that you don't have any of these OP cards, and if you have OP cards, well then you can just like run right into it.
So this is the Kiryu clan. This is the first time Kiryu's ever really had his own family. Like he's just been put in charge of this like group of people who want to fight for the health of the world, and it's really cool that little symbol, and we kept it in Japanese. That's character Kiryu.
Yeah, we actually had a huge discussion about that because we're like, this means nothing to anybody, but it was the dev team was like, come on, guys, don't like get rid of it. I feel like that was like
we weren't going to get rid of it, but we were like, we need this because the way this is displayed. Oh God, I keep pointing at the screen like it's going to help. The way that's displayed there is not the way it's displayed in Japanese. It didn't say "Kiryu Clan" anywhere. It was just like the symbol there. So we're like, we have to do like a balancing kind of act on here to make sure that because they had it written out in this really cool Haji kind of styling, and we wanted it in Edo, and they're like, but it's nice, and we're like, we get it, but we kind of need people to understand what it says. So this is what you can do from the clan creator menu. First of all, you're going to have to establish your organization. The hierarchy here, we have a very young hierarchy. As you kind of expand your Kiryu clan, like the positions that are available for you to fill open up. And this is basically structured just like a Yakuza. You've got Kiryu on the top as the chairman. I'm popping on the joke because this console is not used in this game before. And I've put someone in the captain's position. I've got a couple lieutenants out here. That guy.
Yeah. Don't over that guy too much. Shh.
It's some sort of and then you got these soldiers, right? And so let's look at kind of like what these guys do. They each have their own individual skill, and they each have their own individual unit type guys that they bring with them. So see the 5 icons, and he's got the little fist one lit up. That means he's bringing out a group of like brawlers. Brawlers are like
He's just like slow tank kind of guy.
no. They're the balanced.
Oh,
guys.
the balanced
They're
guys.
just
Okay.
they're general fighters. They don't have anything special about them. They're like just like that. Then there's gunners who just shoot at range. Then there's heavies that are like the slow tanks, and they come out, and if they actually get to the battle because they're slow, they do some pretty good damage. And then there's those guys stabbers. I don't know. I forget.
Stabby dudes.
Stabby dudes. And then the grenadiers who lob like AOE type damage. Yeah. So I've established my Kiryu clan right here, and based on like who you have in these positions, you can also kind of level your dudes up. You can they each gain health. There's all kinds of different ways to establish your clan that benefits the entire clan as a whole and gives it more strength. I haven't put a lot of thought to that for this particular thing, but that is what it is. So once you have a hierarchy,
and when you're saying that, like this is for if someone like invades your clan, that's what gets put out to them, right?
I was getting to that.
Oh, okay.
So first of all, when you're going to go on the attack, you've got this strike team. These are the guys who are going to go out and be deployed when you go out and attack. So right now I've got all these guys kind of here, and you can see which units they bring with them lit up over there. So I don't have any gunners or grenadiers with these guys, but I have brawlers, heavies, and stabbies.
Like obviously, we don't have terms for associated with these guys, right?
Yeah, right. I forgot what the term is for the stabby guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, yes. So, and the more, so like this guy has brawlers, this guy has heavies, and this guy also has brawlers, which actually lowers the deployment cost of the brawlers.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes.
I should have talked to you about this before I had to go to New York.
Probably.
Explain this thing.
You can level these guys up.
I've only played like first. I've only played like maybe the first like four missions in the thing. So
you can level these guys up using Kiryu's experience, which is another thing that you kind of have to balance. As you can see, I have debug levels of experience. So I'm not going to do that. And the network stuff is the kind of cool online component of this. I can't actually show you this because I don't have my PS4 hooked up to an online thing. There's literally one cordless group. But you can basically use that strike force that you established and make them a defensive thing. Upload your defense force and people can attack that. And that's going to happen automatically online. And when you start playing online and you come in and you just click your network, it's going to be like, oh, your clan won a bunch of stuff. Here's some rewards. Here's some results. Here's how you can improve that kind of thing. And there's events going. There's a daily event, weekly events. There's all these different battles that you can do to
it was amazing.
Yeah, right?
There's so much going on.
Right. There's so much going on with the clan creator. It's insane. I guess we should kind of get into it.
So what you do is you go and you do what? You like, so we're going to do a mission.
Right. So here we go. Toru Yano is the first of the 6 lunatics who are running justice that has decided to attack our thing. I think I've maybe established that one cutscene where he shows up already. This should be a pretty...
Okay, and there's like, there are Onimichi missions and Kaminocho missions.
Correct.
They're like
correct.
separate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have to do them all to get through the entire clan creator storyline. So I've already kind of decided on the strike team. We're going to move out. What do you say, Sam?
He says, all right, assholes. let's see you get serious with this, all right, or something like that.
So we're just taking on like a generic thug dude. The object of the this particular mission is just going to be to destroy that guy. This is if you've ever played,
but the boss is always in the back, so you got to go through all the dudes to get.
If you've ever played tower defense, think of this as tower offense. You're essentially kind of blitzing through a bunch of dudes to try to get through the choke points that they've established to the end.
Got it. Okay.
So right now I have 70 of 300 deployment points, and as you can see here,
that's a lot. You usually don't get that many of them.
I think I've got some pretty good level of going kind of happen stuff. You wouldn't usually start with some numbers this high.
You usually start with like 20. Or
yeah. So my little like standard grunt units on the left here are really cheap to throw out, so I can just spam them essentially, get them out fighting, right? But my leaders on the left cost considerably more.
Right.
So when I start using the deployment gauge, that's gonna like tick down and then slowly tick back up. So you do have to be a little bit conscious of like who you're throwing out.
So you get these deployment points back over time.
Right.
Is that
exactly.
the only way you get points back?
Correct. Yes.
I think you get them when you.
Oh, is that what happens?
I think it actually happens. So you can use it. That's my assumption. So.
Let's roll. Let's go.
Run! Get them!
So these guys basically just kind of join the fight. You've got this one cursor, and you're kind of managing this. You can see that he has his skill kind of up already, and I'm not going to use that yet because we're literally destroying these fools.
Yeah. So and you can and basically use the shoulder buttons to like choose the leader guy that you want to use, and the one you have highlighted is the one whose power you can use. Like one of the powers you get really early on is like this ability to like heal all your guys at one.
Yep, this guy's got Essence of Healing right here.
Essence of Healing. So that's like really.
Let's use it. Ultimate drop kick. Go, bro.
You can see me.
Yep, you did it.
You did it. It's just. I think it even shows you like the range of effect.
Right.
When you go to it. When you go to do it.
Stabbies. Look at my stabbies.
You are rocking these guys.
Yeah, I told you. This is gonna be This is gonna be pretty easy. If you like can click buttons, you can play Clan Creator. Like, there's not a whole lot of hardness about it.
Yeah,
it's gonna
but your guys are kind of OP anyway.
My guys are pretty OP right now. Yeah. Yeah. And if you're struggling, it's all about leveling up your leaders. Just kind of like you can give some of Kiri's XP to pass that along. And at the end of the day, this isn't meant to act as like a big roadblock for you. You know,
Right.
It's intended.
It's just like a little. It's like like a Yakuza hot sync kind of thing.
Right. All the levels up.
Is there anything in the Yakuza series up to date that's kind of similar to this? What do you think they're bringing it on?
Oh my
Is there
God.
something in the previous?
No, I feel like this is something that we just kind of. Oh snap! Got a leader.
Awesome. So we got Lauren hooked us up with some stuff. So who do we want to throw in here?
Oh, okay. She gave us a couple.
She gave us a couple.
Oh,
Pick your poison.
oh. All right. I think those are all codes we've kind of given out
Yeah, they're all
already.
ones we've given out.
That's unfortunate.
All right, but we're going to show what this looks like when we do this.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Oh, see, we blocked it. You can't record your entering the codes because then you can share it and stream it. Well,
Oh, we're streaming it right now.
I know.
Defeated. Not really.
We'll give us Koe. Now, this is a code that we've already kind of given out. Excuse you, Lord. I'm not sure if it's case sensitive. I don't think it is, but I'm doing it anyway just so I don't have to do it twice. Hey! Look at that!
And that's the guy who's like the leader of justice, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. Pretty rough dude. So if I wanted to put him in, adjust my hierarchy. What up, dude? He's level 1, so yeah. Do the next one.
Well, we got a new one. If you
Oh, we got a new one. Oh, snap.
do we do that?
You do. Let's do one more mission, then I'll do a new code. So
Okay.
draw it out a little longer.
Yep. So stay tuned. Well, the next code we're going to input on this one is actually going to be new to you guys. So just hang tight and we'll get around to it.
Yep.
So what kind of stuff can you get from playing this game? Like what kind of stuff unlocks? Like you get like items and stuff like that, experience points.
I don't know. It's kind of so like you get so absorbed in actually doing it. I don't know that actually doing it gives you anything.
So it just progress. It's like a
it's
progression,
thing
in and of itself.
Yeah,
But you were saying that you unlock stuff to help you in other
right. So like playing this will actually give you access to other stuff for other minigames. Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit. Wait. Everybody go. Go. See this guy. Oh man, I think that guy just died. That was too slow. Oh, see, this guy brought gunners, which is cool. Any questions? Anything I've not explained well, guys? That you guys are like, how does this work? What's going on? Kind of thing. Trying to just kind of explain how this all kind of plays out.
Are there any variations on how the gameplay works, or is it basically, for the most part, just
These early missions are just like get your guys kind of forward, but what you're going to find later is that there are like different objectives and different leaders in different areas that you kind of have to kill.
weird? Okay.
Who are set up in different by different choke points, and you're going to have to actually kind of go take those guys out. So this guy's pretty good. But the
so this time you guys should have grenadiers.
yeah. I think Kome came strong with some grenadiers.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's see what that is. Essence of surprise. So you're not up yet. Use another essence of offense. It's almost dead. Let's go. Nice.
飛竜会の勝利だ
People are pretty excited about that.
That one character? Yes. And actually, if you played to the end of the Pocket Circuit stuff in Kiwami, it totally establishes how you're going to meet him in 6.
Yeah, so yeah,
It's like a little throwaway line that's just like...
It's important to play through. That whole character art is really, really important. So definitely follow it through to the end. It's pretty key.
All right, let's put in a new code.
This whole story guide is kind of like
it's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
This is what Yakuza does so well: is it establishes a character, and then like 3 games later, it brings that character back, and it's like, oh, okay, I see how you like changed.
How he's changed.
Yeah,
You know?
what's going on with your life? Kiryu catches up with them. All right.
Let's try this. Okay, new code. Or did you just do one of them? Let's just do one of them.
Hope you guys are writing this down. Be quick. Pause the frame.
We'll edit this out in post. So you can't. So all the people who are in the stream.
That'd be rude.
It. Can't roll back to it. So I hope you're writing it down. Not only on audio.
Get that?
You got that? Okay, we're out.
All right. Whoa!
Yeah!
Japanese wrestlers! All the kind of Japanese wrestlers that maybe don't appear like as actual characters in the game. There's a ton of Japanese wrestlers that are just still accessible to put in your clan regardless, as just fun things. A lot of actual Yakuza level characters, like Yakuza story characters, are in here. You can get Saejima, even though he's really not a big player in the field on this game. Majima, Daigo, Date. For fucking Date fighting alongside your clan is just kind of cool to have.
I mean, like during the story, like Daigo is actually in jail right now, right?
Yes.
So I mean, a lot of this stuff is not really necessarily canon, but it's just it's Yakuza. It's just about having fun. And
I want to see if I can get to the next Yano's cutscene.
Yeah. So the whole clan creator thing in Japan, it was. I know we got some New Japan Wrestling fans and stuff probably in the chat here. So in Japan, obviously, like wrestling, Japanese wrestling is like
a much bigger deal than it is here.
It's a bigger deal in Japan than it's here, but we do recognize that there's people who actually follow that. Congrats to you guys. I'd be actually really interested. I was talking to Scott about this the other day. For you guys out there who do watch New Japan Wrestling, I would love to know how you go about like watching that. Are you following the scene over web pages? Is there like a YouTube channel you follow to get into that? Is there a forum? Like, how are you as a fan of that content like consuming it? That's something I would really be interested in hearing about.
We're like, how did people get in? Like, how did you find this?
Yeah, that's some that's some niche
right?
level stuff right there. So but in Japan, that was the whole point of the clan creator, this huge tie-up with that the wrestling kind of thing. So that's all in there. It's good fun. So,
later battles where you kind of you get like tons of guys in these battles.
Apparently, okay, here we go. Apparently, New Japan Pro Wrestling runs a stream service. It's like $10 a month.
What?
So
I had no idea.
You could just buy it.
That's amazing.
probably. I'm assuming does it require VPN access into Japan, or you like? Is it just like no, whatever, man, go for it?
Oh man,
That's the whole thing about NHK actually has a really good. They have a really quality streaming service as well. It's really affordable. You can actually buy shows like a la carte, which is really cool. But you can't watch it if you're not. Huh. They take foreign credit cards? My guys! That's easier to consume than Japanese public television, man.
We need to let the company know that we need to watch some Japanese wrestling.
I guess we need to watch something. Just charge it back to the company.
Yeah. For research! I love this little end.
Okay, so I didn't realize that we had so many NJPW fans in the chat.
Oh, really?
I gotta ask you guys. You guys ask us so many questions. I want to ask you guys some questions now. Okay, so New Japan Pro Wrestling, what is it? Is it like American wrestling in so much that there's these underlying drama that it's like a soap opera for men? Is it a little bit more athletic? What's the comparison to North American pro wrestling?
Right.
I would love to hear about that. How different is it? Is there anything going on? Is there certain people who are trying to overthrow, or they split into groups? You guys tell chat all about it, man, because I'm super interested in digging into that, because this is an aspect thing. Usually I'm pretty aware of different aspects of the games we're working on, but this is one that I just never there's so much to keep up with these days. This is one of those things I just haven't got around to digging in on.
Yano showed up.
So what is this guy?
Yano showed up. He's the six lunatics. The beginning of it.
But he's I'm rolling out Onimichi. It's where all this stuff is happening.
He went down to have a tour. All right, you guys want to see the Yano battle? Close out on that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Move out. Let's go.
いよいよ矢野との決戦ですね。多分
I noticed that the Mahjong stream last week it's got just a lot of higher traffic than
I imagine.
Than the previous
People
one.
seem to really appreciate that we actually took the time to teach Mahjong, which is cool. If you didn't watch last week's, archive that because we taught you how to play Mahjong.
Oh yeah, you guys should check it out. Actually, no, you know what I was meaning to do? I actually meant to bring in a sheet, because I actually went through it and watched it again to see kind of clear, just my head about how it played out. And I had a couple notes of mistakes that I had made on stream about why certain things didn't play out the way I thought they were going to. So, the one, the first hand we played, there was one where I couldn't understand why the wins counted when they shouldn't have. And after reading the rules a little clearly, I found out it's okay if it's a win that's not a round win or a seat win. Otherwise it's considered a four, something like that. And I had some notes that I was going to be corrections for last stream, but I just forgot to bring them. You guys can go back and watch it and be and try to figure out what happened. So yeah, it was good. It's good. Good stream. Go back and check that one out.
You didn't catch all that wrestling nonsense that just happened. You missed out.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was distracted, guys.
Yeah, he's expensive. That's the thing. Some of those actually client trader guys that you get are going to be pretty costly for you're at the beginning of your game.
So apparently, one thing that I can chat is that it's kind of similar to American Wrestling, but it's not like this character. Sure, it's not
I don't know. It seemed like there's still some pretty wild characters that come out of NJPW. Just saying. I think, Sasaki is in here too. One of the female Japanese wrestlers is as a hostess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
So definitely go hang out with Saki for a bit. And she is an actual wrestler in the game too. She's like, I'm a hostess / wrestler, and dude's like, that's really nice. Her storyline's all about balancing the femininity of hostessing versus the masculinity of wrestling and finding the right balance. It's pretty good.
I wonder if they I wonder if this streaming service is subtitled. Watch it.
I bet they're just watching it, man. You know how people are.
You guys are crazy.
You can kind of tell, though. I mean, it's that's what's cool about wrestling is it's elementary enough to be like, that guy doesn't like that guy. They're gonna beat each other up.
So one of these guys are asking about the clapping at the end of the thing.
Oh yeah,
that's actually something I can answer. So, that's sort of a Japanese cultural thing. There's this. There's a word for it. There's a word for it. It's just in my head, but it's at the end of any sort of like group thing that a group has gotten together to accomplish. There's always this thing in Japan where everyone goes yosh, and they either clap once or they clap. And like do however many times that is, right?
Yeah.
They either do it that many times, and it's just a way of like saying we're done here, you know, and they all clap together. It's like a Japanese company kind of group unity custom thing. There's a word for it. There's a word for it, guys. I can't remember what it is.
Right, Yano, man. This is it. We beat Area 1.
And there's how many of these?
So,
there's like 5 of these.
There's 6 lunatics.
6 lunatics. 6 lunatics.
There he is. Of course. No clan creator or no Yakuza fight is complete without actually kicking someone's ass. I believe we're gonna fight now.
He comes out as like, yeah, because they have the model for him, man.
Right.
You might as well just give him a moveset and move on with it. Hejime? That could be it. That makes sense.
Hejime.
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 Te is your hand.
Okay.
Shime means to like close something.
Oh, okay. Hejime, I know that word.
That could be it. I don't know. I have to actually.
Yeah.
If you ever are dealing with like a company event or you work with people in Japan or whatever, you'll probably end up doing one of those at some point. When it's like you start palms up and you say yosh and you clap, and that's like bringing it to a close. You know?
So, classic Toriano move.
Yep.
So I'm actually kind of super powered right now, guys. So unfortunately, he's not going to do that much of a fight. You will not have the luxury. Oh, damn. Even being super powered, he's pretty rough. Someone's got a gun, and I don't like that. My dudes are fighting too, that's kind of awesome. I didn't realize that. Excuse me.
He just picked up that dude. Brutal.
Rough. I don't think so, bro. Murdered. He's gonna get up. It's fine. Kiryu doesn't kill.
Shot from the distance. Good shot.
Kiryu doesn't kill. Time is it? How we doing?
We still got 15 minutes.
Oh wow, I didn't realize. Someone hit us up on social about the fact that we misspelled the word justice. It's misspelled in the game. I just want to take full responsibility for having passed the misspelling onto social. It is. Oh, here's. God. The next of the 6 lunatics that we're going to have to fight. Naito's here. I believe he's pretty popular. I don't know about from the NJPW crowd whether they can tell us or not. But I want to say Naito is pretty popular right now.
Are the life bars of the character sets, those are toggleable in the settings?
I think that's only true. You only see those on bosses and in like those big massive fights. Identified.
桐生さん、あんただよ。あんたに興味があるんだ。
俺に？
元東上会4代目会長、伝説の極道、堂島の竜、桐生一馬。
They didn't know.
桐生さん、ヤクザだったんすか？
昔の話だ。今は仇だ。
俺はヤクザやマフィア関連の知り合いが多くてね。
We gave him a little bit of a Spanish slant because of the tranquilo. For fun.
For fun. Just
it's in there too.
That's what he's saying, you know? Cold, man. Cute.
悪いおっさんだな。あんたにはいろんな伝説があるよな。それを聞くたびに虫図が走ったよ。俺は
It's so cool that Japan can like pull these like live these like real.
Yeah. All the space capture.
This space capture technology and
their original animations. Yep. Look at this nonsense. Tranquilo. Yeah, that dude did still Nishiki's suit. Did you guys notice that? Yano's literally wearing Nishiki's kind of like zero suit. It's a little bit different if you actually zoom in on the pattern, because I've done that. But it's pretty spot on.
Pretty spot on. Just when I scour here on the ground?
Yeah. Classic. Oh no! Don't shoot Yano.
Just gonna shoot him here on the street.
てめえ、ナイト。やめとけ、ナイト。
相変わらずだな、ジョー。お前も岡田もそういうところ。
Let's talk about barfing.
桐生だけじゃねえ。てめえもじっくりいたぶって。
This is all John's work.
This is John.
John's one of our lead editors on Yakuza 6. I was pretty preoccupied with Kiwami as we kind of rolled into the Yakuza 6 localization, so some people had to come in, step up, get some text done that I could not possibly handle single-handedly. So I'm pretty impressed with it, though.
Yeah. I think John, you were like critical path main story, and
he was critical path main story.
Oh,
and then I came in and did a complete sweep.
Oh, I see.
そんな人が近くにいるってのは心強い。いろいろ勉強させてもらうよ。
そんな大層なもんじゃない。
People are asking
俺
about
が教えられることなんてねえよ。
そんなことねえって。
Which music? It's not there. I told you.
いいんですか？本当にこいつ仲間に入れて。
俺は別に構わん。
it's expensive. Very.
It's kind of talked a little bit about what goes into licensing and previous episodes.
Yeah. If you go back to some of our previous streams, you gotta catch up on that. But licensing music, licensing terms for Japanese music can be complicated and little. Not non-ideal, but we do. But when songs don't make it into the game, it's not because it's never because like we don't want them or we don't want to bring that out. It's usually because there are reasons that they just end up not being not being able to go in actually at the end of the day. So yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But, yeah, we still have the sound team designing music for this. So
If you go to into some of these tracks that have kind of replaced music, and you're like, it's not the song I wanted, and you're just like tuning out the fact that how much work has gone into the new song.
Yeah.
You're not going to appreciate that, and that happens if you're familiar with it, because I do it too. I'm like, oh, that's not quite the song, but I just listened to the. You're going to get the first song that's not in the game in the demo, and when you listen to that track, like if you do it twice, because the first time you have to let your disappointment wash away.
Right.
But the second time you listen to it, I was like, oh my god, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
this is really good, guys. Like it brought maybe got emotional.
Yeah.
Like it was actually pretty good.
And there's also this misunderstanding I see often on social media that people seem to think that the Yamashita songs were like written for Yakuza 6. That is absolutely not the case. Those songs have been around for decades. All right.
Yeah, this guy
has been around forever, and those songs are really,
and you can imagine why licensing is a problem when this guy has literally been around for decades. I've often compared it people say he's like the Japanese voice of Christmas. So who's the American voice of Christmas? Michael Bublé, right? He's like, he defrosts every Christmas, comes out, sings a few songs, goes back into thermal, right? And imagine what that would be like to be like, Michael Bublé, we want your songs in a game called Yakuza 6. Like, it's tough. It's pretty tough. Anyway, I think we've kind of done.
I think we did.
Client creator stuff. Roll out.
Yeah, we can finish up even if you want to. I don't think we need to necessarily.
Yeah, there's no
hold everyone hostage. So, so again, let's just kind of go back to where we'll finish up where we started. So, unfortunately, we announced this morning that Yakuza 6 has been delayed from March 20th to April 17th. And again, this is unfortunate, and we are there with you in our disappointment. But things happen, games move, game making process is complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on, so
we're not going to throw anyone under a bus about why or anything like that.
That's not even really important today. It's all about the fact that it has moved, and we appreciate you guys understanding and hanging with us as we march towards the greatest release in the story of Kazuma Kiryu. Right.
We do know that there's another AAA title coming out at the same time. We're aware of that. Thank you for pointing that out. We don't have the same expectations of that game. It's going to be okay. Some of you guys have been super concerned about it.
I mean, like when we released Yakuza 0, Yakuza 0 went up against 3 other comparative titles. Back in, we dubbed it Japan-ageddon at the time.
Right.
But Yakuza 0 just fine.
Right.
So, so again, get out there, talk about it, visit the site, read the comics, tell your friends, pre-order, and get the word out. You guys, you're the front line. Tell your friends, tell your family, get on board with Yakuza, because Yakuza's here to stay, man. It's not going anywhere.
Yep.
So, yeah, we appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us today. We'll close on. We're just running past the LE one more time, and yeah, it's coming out April 17th. And
stay tuned. There's a ton more stuff.
We got so much more stuff coming on, guys.
Demo on the 27th. That's the other thing we kind of got to announce this morning. So,
yep,
just hang tight. Sorry.
Yep. And our book, we have the art show coming up. So stay for that. We'll have tons of stuff coming down the track for that. And we'll see you next time. See you next week, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.